see who we're reading for next. Aquarius, this is your monthly September read. Please check the description box for everything you need to know, including where you can go to figure out what your rising moon and Venus sign are. We're going to start with magnetic poetry for your monthly message for September, and then we will roll into, we're going to do past, present, future spread, 6 cards each level there, using the Santa Muerte Tarot. So for Aquarius, hidden messages, get out your pen and piece of paper so that you can kind of decipher this stuff for yourself. Okay. 2 S's. An ING. An ED. You got some... 2 EDs, 2 S's. Interesting. It's kind of odd, but that's what you get. So I don't really encourage. I have been encouraged not to pull additional, not by anybody on here, but I've been encouraged within not to pull extra messages, so I'm not going to. And you can rewind or pause if you have to grab everything, because I'd like to get going on these, yeah. No weekly message this week, because I need to get all of the monthlies done. Cards have been pre-shuffled, but for the benefit of the YouTube-ness, we will shuffle them a little bit more. Aquarius. September 1st, we're going to look at your past. I only take flippers and jumpers, maximum of 3. Let's get into the past energy for you. Twist for fairness. Okay. Past energy, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for you? September's energy. Moving in from the past. Oh, wait. Can't take that many. I can't take this many flippers, you guys. Too many. Okay, we have our first 2. 10 of wands in the reverse with the 3 of wands in the upright. 3 wands in the upright here. The need to wait, the need to be patient, and then there's also the dropping of burdens and responsibilities. So the need to be patient until burdens and responsibilities have been dropped. 1 second. It's really warm in here. That is definitely better. Got to keep comfortable, you know. So yeah, the burdens and it's a dropping of burdens and responsibilities with this here. But the need to be patient and survey things a little bit more before setting out on a path of creative or passionate endeavor until those burdens and responsibilities are alleviated or dropped. That's in the past. Still in the past. What do we have, Aquarius? The world, yeah, because there's an ending, a culmination, the need to feel whole and complete in some way, but it could just be cycles ending and the need for those cycles to end before that movement forward of the 3 of wands can be realized or embarked upon. Fixed signs of Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. And it's almost as if an ending was nigh in the recent past, like the time has come. The Tower, there's unexpected collapse of something or an unexpected event. It's not necessarily cataclysmic. However, it is their Scorpio energy. So we're kind of looking at two different Scorpio energies there. So, but in a way, it's a blessing in disguise if it does come out to be that in the past there was a collapse of something and it seemed as if the rug was being pulled out from underneath somebody, because it means that new foundations something could be built on a firmer foundation, you know. What else? It could have been an unexpected ending that forced you. It forced the hand, or it was brought upon you. Tell me more. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah, no, odds of even. No one is exempt from the odds of even. Stood in the face of grim death. Screaming monsters bring me to... Yeah, my dagger and swagger are useless. Two more on the past here for you. Okay. Three of Cups. A celebration occurring here with this unexpected collapse of something or the unexpected event. There's a celebration that comes about as a result of it. Almost like a goodbye party or something. Could even be a wake, but I'm not seeing actual death energy for real. Just kind of seems like there is a celebration. Could also be three sisters, gossiper, hen party, bachelorette party. Tell us more. Three women getting together and celebrating or having drinks, discussing an Aquarius individual who isn't sitting in their right power, over emotional rather than intellectual, and not sitting on the right side of the law. The King of Swords in the reverse. So in the upright, the King of Swords is a lawmaker. They're judges, magistrates, lawyers, parole officers, corrections officers, police officers, that kind of thing. And what we see here with him in the reverse is essentially the opposite of that. A thief, a cheat, a criminal, somebody who, dances with the criminal element. We see these three women celebrating something or having drinks and, charcuterie, discussing this individual. Could be you, could be another Aquarian or somebody with Aquarius in their chart. But there is the favoring of emotional energy over intellectual energy, because normally the King of Swords is a deeply intellectual person. But when he's not sitting in his right power, it can be the opposite to that individual's detriment, right? In the present for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And you could have been somebody who suffered at the hands of a criminal element or an injustice of some sort. But you'll have to see. Somebody is celebrating a victory over this individual. In the present, we have no apologies being made. No small, sweet nothings with the Page of Cups in the reverse with the King of Wands. The King of Wands... Leo energy here, a leader who leads with a firm hand, extremely confident and decisive from a passionate space. Following up, there's no apology being made here, no small emotional communications. he's pointing at the Three of Wands, saying there is a need to hold back and wait and survey things before embarking on a journey. Remember the past. He's pointing at the past. Remember the past. Remember when you should have held off and waited on something. So in the present, there is a conversation with somebody with Leo in their chart who is reminding of that period of time when you needed to delay and hold off and look at things from different perspectives before beginning a passion project or something inspiring or something creative or something that had fire underneath it. It's almost like they're saying you could have done this, but instead you chose to drop the burdens and the responsibilities instead of taking up the task. And they make no apologies for what they're saying. You could be lamenting that you're not hearing apologies or sweet little communications at this time. And they're reminding you of why this one was going to fall out. So it is definitely a Leo, sun card. They're trying to come from a space of supportiveness in their communication with you about it. But they're also, again, pointing out why you're not hearing these communications in the present. They're holding the mirror up. When in the face of the mirror, when the mirror is made of my face. Remember, odds of even. My dagger and swagger are useless in the face of the mirror when the mirror is made of my face. So this person is like, you remember when this happened? They're kind of explaining to you how the consequences have, you know, been dealt out appropriately. Coming from a space of fairness and trying to hold their own temper, because there's something of a frustrating element there that they're trying to tame the inner beast on. And having the courage to say it is another thing, right? Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. You may be preventing yourself from embarking on impulsive, irresponsible action towards something at this time, having fully understood the necessity for ending, although it could have been extremely unexpected at the time. You're not looking to pull party tricks, cheap party tricks, as you can see here. Not looking to swallow swords for the benefit of people's entertainment value, but the impulsivity of the action is something that you're preventing yourself from doing, having understood the ending, and that it truly was an ending. Gemini energy there. You fell on your sword. It was you. Yeah. Hierophant with this Taurus energy. There could be a point when you're looking at spiritual practices or divination to try and provide you with clear answers on something, to try and give you solace or help you better understand. You know, it's like people try to seek meaning when certain things happen, right? And sometimes people seek spirituality and divine guidance in trying to make sense out of endings and transformation. And of course, there are new beginnings that come out of those things, but also out of things that happen unexpectedly. Why were they sideswiped with this? They try to find the deeper meaning in it in order to make sense of it for themselves, right? Give themselves permission to seek more philosophical meaning in something, or and the Hierophant is even sometimes can be seeking sage counsel, like a therapist or a counselor or something who can provide wisdom and clarity. Could even be through religion, right? You know, you're trying not to impulsively act, and you're leaning in on spirituality and something to make sense of something through a highly structured religious organization or philosophical belief system. But you're getting really, you're trying to find the deeper meaning and justification from the universe as to why in the past that had happened. When I think that this Leo individual, or whoever had Leo in their chart, is already pointing back to remember when this all happened and you had the opportunity, you had the choice of how you wanted to set forth on the path, and you had a different approach. You took things into your own hands and chose differently. Tell us more for the present, Aquarius. Can't take all of those, but this one stayed. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Yeah, during Virgo season, right? Because that's where we're at right now. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Very strategic, methodical action. It's almost, this is the antithesis of the Knight of Swords, and the equivalent of the Knight of Swords in the reverse really would be the Knight of Pentacles, right? This is saying this. That you are now deciding any action that you do take forward in a situation will be strategic, methodical, logical, the next steps, slow, plodding, careful forethought with it, responsible, coming from a stable space so that the appropriate foundations can be laid. Since in the past you had your tower completely toppled, even though it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't cataclysmic, you do see the opportunity. Having attempted to seek a deeper meaning in it, it's almost as if you're attempting to build from a firmer, more stable foundation for yourself moving forward, now that we're in the present here. Having looked at the past. With that, we have the Ace of Cups in the upright and the Five of Cups in the upright. There is an emotional beginning or a renewal in a connection. Friendship, family. I'm getting that more than romanticism here. I think it's more of a friendship vibe, actually. Especially having it so close to the Three of Cups. With that, we have the Five of Cups, and I think that there's a message of the need to be grateful, the need to recognize that you should thank your lucky stars that you have that at the very least available to you. That the renewal of a friendship that holds emotional significance is available to you. This focusing, this perseverating on the past and the endings, and that the things that toppled, actually by your own hand, it seems, that although that is the case, you still have connections of a familial and friendship nature that are available to you. You're lamenting over other things that they're spilt, the contents are spilt, but you still have additional connections that are still there, And I think that the Knight of Pentacles preceding that actually indicates that you're trying to be, the action that you're taking moving forward is that of stability and trying to reinforce those foundations as opposed to going off all willy-nilly and irresponsibly seeking more stability in your connections moving forward, as opposed to the volatility we would see with the Knight of Swords. In the future for you, Aquarius, what do we have? Aquarius, Sun, Man, Rising, and Venus. It's too many. Passionate communication with the Page of Wands, but Again, the friendship element is here. There's impassioned communication, and it may be regarding a contract, because we do have a scroll here that this guy is holding. But also the agreement is in the Three of Wands as well. This is nurturing your friendships, but also trying to maintain balance in between the emotional, spiritual, and physical worlds within yourself. But nurturing your friendships as well. There's passionate communication associated with this, but there may actually be an opportunity to enter a contract with a friend, and passionate communication regarding that. Whether or not you want to pursue that agreement with a friendship, I don't necessarily know. Somebody is leaving emotion out of it, and one of those individuals could actually be relaying back to you, yeah, but remember what happened when this happened. They're not interested in getting burned, like with what happened in the past. They keep on talking about something that happened in the past where you wanted to move forward. You were sitting on your hands and you were super impatient, even though there was cause for delay, and you had just dropped all your responsibilities, and it resulted in an ending. There's somebody here who keeps pointing to that. They keep pointing to that. Remember this, remember this, remember this. And it could be one of your friends who keeps on saying, I don't know, man, remember when this happened? That is the passionate communication. They're like, why would I want to when this is what happened in the past? And I'm not super confident in that. And remember, that leadership fire energy only makes decisions out of confidence. They don't move on anything that they're not at least super fired up about. And if they're fired up in a negative light, they're not going to move on something because they feel justified in their passion and like in their anger, right? So if this person is like, fuck no, then that's gonna be a super solid fuck no, right? And they'll be happy to tell you why. High Priestess in the reverse. Secrets coming out, Piscean energy. This is the revealing of things that were once hidden. This passionate communication could be about the revealing of things that were once hidden. Yeah, things coming to light out of the darkness. Like in the present, even though you're avoiding impulsivity and volatility in your actions, and trying to demonstrate that you can be more stable and grounded and move forward at a steady pace on things. There's something in the future here where it's like there's passionate communication about something that's come to light out of the darkness, something that was kept hidden. Piscean energy there. Could be during, actually during Virgo season still. Because, well, when, here's the thing that I'm trying to explain to people. When I see archetypes that, or, you know, even court cards that represent astrological figures and they're in the reverse, if I'm looking at timings, if they're in the reverse, I'm looking at their astrological counterpart, right? So Pisces in the reverse would, if we were looking at timings, be Virgo season. But this could also be Pisces season, right? Because it is a Pisces card. What else in the future? Something coming to light about what this Leo is talking about the need to hold back. And then the dropping of responsibilities as a response instead of the appropriate response, which would have been just to hold off on any forward movement. It is divinely guided. There is a spiritual element to this emergence of some secret or something that is kept hidden. That emergence of it out of the darkness, out of the shadows, is rather otherworldly. Six of Pentacles. The time has come. Sorry, Libra season. Yeah, Virgo Libra season here. Check that. Like I was saying, the reverse, the astrological counterpart of Pisces being Virgo. And then we have a Libra card. Six of Pentacles, balance, equilibrium. There is a realization, something that does dawn on you with whatever revelation is coming out of the shadows. Whatever was being kept hidden, or whoever was being kept in the dark about some specific thing, there is a revelation in the future about how the appropriate forward movement always, all along, needed to be equity, needed to be equilibrium, balance. Not always receiving, not always taking, not always giving, equity. That the pendulum swings evenly to and fro. No one is funny. No one is exempt from the odds of even. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, yeah. And that even by chance, the wheel so turns. And it really does. And there's an interesting story about the wheel, no matter what, the Wheel of Fortune here. Is that, you know, so too, as we will have success and see success, we must also experience decline and rock bottom so that we can rise again. And that is a continuous state. The only continuous state is the state of change and movement forward here, whether it be into decline or into ascension. That's the constant is the continuance of movement. Time is moving on. Time is marching on. The understanding of as above, so below is extremely important here. There is movement forward. But it does need to be strategic, methodical, and logical, and steady. Fixed signs again on that one. Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. Yeah. Finally for you, Aquarius. It doesn't mean that you're going to have luck or something either. You know, sometimes if we had the other surrounding cards around it, we would see that. But I'm seeing that it is a marching on of time. And the need for balance and equilibrium in all things. A wheel does not turn if several of the spokes on one side of the wheel are broken, right? It needs to be self-supporting. And in order to be self-supporting, the structure needs to remain intact and balanced. All right? You know, they're saying, like, think of like getting your tires balanced, right? You get your tires balanced because if your tires are off, you know, eventually your car is not gonna work properly. It will, as far as driving your car, you'll have one wheel that's screwed up because your tires are out of balance. One will get worn down in one spot more than the others. You could even blow a tire because of that kind of stuff. You know, the tires have to be balanced. The weights in your tires have to be balanced appropriately. Eight of Cups in the reverse. There's reconciliation energy in the future. Revisiting something, not necessarily in the physical realm, but even just to take stock of it, where there was a walking away from something that was emotionally fulfilling in order to seek out your own personal wish fulfillment and your own self-worth. It's almost like this is a summing up of things in the future. You're going to be really poring over the connections that you left that were of emotional significance. You might actually be reflecting with this with a friend or a family member to see the error of one's ways. They could be saying this to you and trying to establish for themselves where the error in their ways was, or it could be you. But it's about, more than anything else, is establishing for yourself where you can do better moving forward. And that really is true progress. Have you made progress? Going back to move forward. Sometimes we have to go backwards to move forwards, is what this is saying. It's an evaluation period, a reevaluation period of all that you've done and how you're going to move forward. I think this is a family or a friendship reading, to be honest with you. Are you growing? Have you grown? Will you grow? In the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. No passionate action moving forward. You're not. This is actually, a lot of people call this the fire pony. It's actually, oh crap, what's his name? Mike. Tarot Mike talks about this a lot. Sagittarian energy in the reverse, but it's really, not riding in with that, passionate energy towards something or someone, guns ablaze and ready to go, on fire, and then riding out just as quickly as you came in. Being more responsible with your actions. All right, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. We'll see you when we see you next. Do this if this made sense to you. And subscribe if you're not already so that you can find out when I do other things instead of me just mysteriously showing up in your feed. Okay. All right. Bye now. And this is how your spread looks. Pretty. Okay. All right. See ya.